The rear brake caliper on this 83 R100RS mounts to a cast bracket that attaches to the axle with a reaction arm that attaches to the frame to keep everything from spinning. So there's two bolts that hold the caliper to the bracket. This one down here underneath the muffler, and then there's a second one that's up here at the top, which is right here, which I've backed out a little bit. So those two are what keep the caliper mounted. The brake line, the flexible rubber hosed brake line, goes into the caliper here, and that's the bleed screw. And then there's a bracket where the steel line from the master cylinder connects to the rubber line. You can tell that that's pretty rusty. I actually had to put some Croil to get that fitting to come loose, and it's corroded a lot from the battery acid. Now, the steel brake line runs along the swing arm and then underneath it over to here, which is where I have removed the rear master cylinder. Now that I have the rear caliper off, it's a little easier to see this plate that the caliper mounted to with the two bolts. And then this is the arm which keeps it from rotating, which has a bolt here, and then it goes all the way back in here, and there's a tab on the swing arm that is where the other end of it mounts. So this whole assembly keeps this plate from spinning and keeps the caliper from spinning when it's clamping onto the disc. There's a certain dance to getting the rear steel brake line out, so I thought I'd try to show how I did that. If I rotate it up, that's part of the trick, and then the other part is to get the part that's at the back that went into the master cylinder to come up over the swing arm. Then you can roll this over and you can get the fitting to slide outside the frame. Now you can roll it a little more and extract the bottom and then kind of loop it around and it pops out. So like I said, a certain dance.